Today, we are diving into something that's completely changing the game for business online. And if you are not paying attention to this, you might be literally disappearing from your customers' radar. I've spent the last few months helping dozens of business, agencies, brands to track and improve their visibility in AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, AI Overview with my tool Qwairy. And what I have discovered is both fascinating and slightly terrifying for brand owners. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to track if your brand is being mentioned in large language model and why this matters more than you think. Let's dive right in. If you don't know me, I'm Luca. I'm the founder of Qwairy, Qwairy.co. We are a generative engine optimization tool. We help brands and agencies to rank better on LLM like ChatGPT, AI Overview, and Perplexity by giving a precise strategy with our tool. And our tool is also an opportunity to track AI brand mentions, to know how AI are mentioning you. So first, let's understand as a macro point of view what's happening in the world. Search is fundamentally changing. When someone uses Google, they get those familiar blue 10 links, new SEO efforts that you did in the past that will still serve today. We will talk about this a bit later in the video. Your SEO efforts help you appear in those results. So this is changing. First, because Google launched AI Overview. And if you are in a country except France, you see with my accent probably that I'm French, you have AI Overview and you know that your brands is not showing the same way that it's used in the past. And there are other AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity. And these tools, they're very strong because, for years, Google has owned the market of search because nobody was as relevant as Google. Bing.com, Yahoo.com was never as relevant as Google. Google has always been the more relevant. You were asking a question, you would get the perfect answer from Google. Not always perfect because there is black hat SEO, but still. And this is changing because ChatGPT is able to give you an answer that is as precise as Google. Obviously, AI do mistakes, but still, it's the first time that Google has a serious competitor in front of it. And here's the brutal truth. If your brand isn't mentioned in those AI-generated answers, you are essentially invisible. It's that simple. Think about it. If someone asks ChatGPT, what are the best CRM tools for startups, and your CRM brand is not mentioned in that response, you don't exist for that potential customer. Because afterwards, what will do the customer is just searching for the brand, maybe on Google or whatever. So this is the first thing. Second thing, and this is what we have to understand now. It's, I'm talking about a mention in LLM, a brand mention. And you're probably wondering, what is a brand mention? So before we get into tracking, with a free tool and a paid tool with Qwairy, if you want to automate and make things simple, I want to explain what a mention actually looks like in this AI system. And you have to understand, and this is the new world, it's not 10 blue links, it's two ways of getting mentioned. First way is your brand is getting mentioned. What is the best CRM tools for startup? HubSpot is the best CRM for startup. HubSpot has been quoted, they get a mention. Second possibility is to be mentioned as a source. What it means to be mentioned as a source? It means that ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Google AI Overview will add a link directly on their system, and this is what we call being mentioned as a source. Be aware that on ChatGPT, you can be mentioned as a source only if ChatGPT have activated search mode. Otherwise, ChatGPT is not giving source. The only thing you can do is being present on their initial corpus, doing good job, being a brand, being an entity, things that we have been telling in SEO for the past. I've been SEO at Skyscanner in the past. I've been SEO for more than 10 years now. I started when I was 18. I don't want to say my age, but anyway, you understand this. So now we will jump right into what is important now I will share my screen, how to track AI brand mention with a free method and a paid method. Let's start. So here is a free template that you can use if you want to track your brand mentions on LLM. Basically, here I did it on Notion, notion.so. You can also copy paste this and do it in Google Sheet, Excel, whatever you want. The first step that you need to do is identifying the query. For example, you are a CRM for startup. Well, the first thing is identifying what people might ask. What you can do that with Qwairy. I'll show you later how to do it. We do it automatically with a personalized algorithm, but you can also do it just by thinking. You should know what your customer are searching for. Basically, if you talk to your customer, it's getting even more important now to talk to your customer than before, because before, with SEO, we had SEMrush, Ahref, whatever tool you prefer. We had Google Search Console. This doesn't exist. So what we need to do now is go back to marketing, old school marketing, listen to clients and understand what they are searching. So what I recommend you is to segment between bottom funnel queries, middle funnel, and top funnel queries. Bottom funnel, very close to buying. Here, for example, I took the example of drill. So I selected what is the best drill, what are the different types of drill, whatever you want here. Top funnel, it's more like, I want to change my bathroom. What are the steps to follow? And you can then track this. What you do is you do a table like this. You write the question and you write it, for example, in ChatGPT. So we will do this now. What I will do is I'll start an ephemeral chat. This is just a one-shot chat. It's in French, as you see. What is the best drill? And what we can see is, well, if they are launching the web search, and actually in this case, they are not launching the web search. So let's try what is the best drill to buy online. Let's do it like that. And let's see. And in this case, ChatGPT is searching on the web. So what we could do is basically up. We will come back to our Notion. Let's go previous page. Up. All right, it's taking a bit of time. Continue in the browser. We are here. We write the question. We write the sources that were used by ChatGPT, the competitor, the brand that are quoted, the LLM, because you might want to search that on ChatGPT, Perplexity, and whatever. And if your brand is mentioned, this actually I need to translate. Sometimes I think in French, sometimes in English. Brand mentioned, up, yes or no. And here with that, you will be able to track your brand mention. In terms of tracking, I advise you to at least try weekly, to track weekly. Ideally, you can track daily, but obviously this has a cost because you need to search every day. It takes time and health. This is why Qwairy makes it automatic. But at least do a tracking every week. Every Monday you track. I advise you, it depends on your business. If you are a very little business, like a restaurant, 10 to 15 queries are more than enough. If you are a bigger business like a SaaS, software as a service, I think 60 to 100 prompts to track is enough. If you are an e-commerce, there you are in a very position where you need to track a lot of queries, like you used to do with SEO. It's really the same. If you are an agency, then you need to track for each of your clients. You might have some clients that have only where 15 prompts is enough. I have a client on Qwairy. It's a house for retired person. Well, 15 queries is enough. We have other clients like SaaS. They do 100 queries. We have big e-commerce website. They do more than 1,000 prompts per week that they monitor. That's something you need to know. Also, something totally different, but I built a Looker Studio dashboard. So this template, you will have it. I'll put it in the description. Comment to tell me if you like it or not. But I also built a dashboard like that so that you can know which pages are visited from ChatGPT or else. You can clone this and use it if you want. Now I will show you an automated way to track your brand mention with Qwairy. Let's start. Finally, I will show you how you can track your brand mention with Qwairy. The good thing with Qwairy is that it's entirely automatic. We recommend you the prompts that you should monitor. Also, you can always add any prompt if you want, and you get some match here, the brand mention visibility and health. In this case, I added Volkswagen. Volkswagen, it's car company, car manufacturer. If you don't know them, you will double check online and you will find it. So basically, in this case, I added 39 prompts. I could at any time add other prompt. Like for example, I added prompt around topic like electric car, SUVs, Best compact car, I could add another subject like electric car, electric vehicles, whatever. And I could also generate more button funnel prompts. Like, for example, I just click here. Here you see you have manual entry. And if you have already some prompts that you want to add, just click CSV import and you can add as many prompts as you want from a CSV. So in this case, for example, I can have some bottom of funnel question. How can I ensure I'm getting the best financial deal? What should I consider when choosing between leasing or buying an SUV? Whatever, here I have some recommendation. I'll leave this and I'll show you the overview. Basically, what we give you is that here you can monitor weekly, and here we will tell you a performance score. In this case, I did it only for 1 week, but if you do it for multiple weeks, obviously you will see a curve here. You will also see the difference and the brands that are the most mentioned on topics. So for example, around the topic of affordable electric car, I can see that Hyundai, Chevrolet, and Kia are the most mentioned. We can also see it by provider, like here, if I do OpenAI, you can see that. So you see it's much more advanced than what you can do manually. And also if you look here at the top source impact, it's the sources that were used by LLMs. And you can see it on detail here, citation sources. And for example, in this case, I can see the detailed sources. I see, for example, 11 best electric SUVs of 2025. So I'll check this article. And if we go to the article, we will see that probably Volkswagen is not mentioned in there. You see, you have Hyundai, Kia, Chevrolet, Ford, Honda. So this is already a backlink strategy that if you are an agency working for Volkswagen, you can recommend this strategy. If you are Volkswagen directly, I truly advise you to look at kbb.com and try to work with them. And same thing with Car and Driver and Car US News. So all of this, it's really the best way, in my opinion, to track brand mentions. So have a look at Qwairy. You have 100 credits for free for life. It never stops. And talk soon. Bye bye.